After 60, many people think slowing down is just part of aging. But what if I told you that 8 simple foods, with almost no carbs and no sugar, can protect your heart, sharpen your memory, and even strengthen your muscles? The science behind them is so powerful that even doctors are surprised. Imagine eating your way to steadier legs, clearer thinking, and stronger bones, without ever touching bread or sweets again. Keep watching, because one of these foods works like a fire extinguisher inside your cells. I've seen too many seniors cut back on food, thinking less is safer. The truth is, your body after 60 needs smarter fuel, not less fuel. The right foods can ease stiffness, brighten memory, and help you stay independent. And here's the best part. The 8 foods I'll share today are low in carbs and sugar, yet rich in nutrients your body is quietly craving. While every choice should be discussed with your doctor, this evidence shows a hopeful path forward. Let's begin with the greens that act like natural medicine for your blood vessels. 1. Leafy greens, spinach, kale. Picture your blood vessels after 60 as narrow country roads starting to harden with age. Leafy greens like spinach and kale act as natural road workers, widening those paths and keeping circulation smooth. Their nitrates turn into nitric oxide, a gentle gas that helps blood vessels relax. Lutein, another compound in greens, slips into brain tissue and shields neurons from damage, like sunglasses protecting your eyes on a bright day. Vitamin K works as a traffic officer, sending calcium to your bones instead of letting it clog your arteries. The Memory and Aging Project, 2018, tracked nearly 1,000 older adults and found that just 1.3 servings of leafy greens daily made their brains perform as if they were 11 years younger. Another trial showed a 31% boost in insulin sensitivity when seniors ate dark greens regularly, meaning their bodies handled blood sugar more smoothly. For daily life, aim for 1 to 2 cups raw or half a cup cooked. Add olive oil so the fat-soluble vitamins can be absorbed. Timing greens with meals steadies blood sugar and protects energy. Evelyn, age 72, began stirring a handful of spinach into her breakfast. She told me that within weeks her mind felt lighter, and her family noticed she was more engaged in conversations. Take a breath and picture this. Each forkful of greens not only feeds your body, but quietly buys back years of clarity. But here is where it gets interesting. The next food does not just calm blood vessels, it may also extinguish inflammation in every corner of the body. 2. Fatty fish, salmon, mackerel. Think of each of your cells as a small house. After 60, many of these houses develop slow-burning fires in the form of chronic inflammation. Fatty fish such as salmon and mackerel bring omega-3 fats called EPA and DHA that act like fire extinguishers inside the body. They cool the flames, keep cell walls flexible, and even support brain-derived neurotrophic factor, a protein that works like fertilizer for brain cells that naturally decline with age. Evidence from the Journals of Gerontology, 2021, followed more than 18,000 older adults in the UK. Those with higher omega-3 levels were less likely to become frail. Another review in Frontiers in Nutrition confirmed that seniors who consumed omega-3s showed lower inflammatory markers such as IL-6 and improved muscle performance. For daily life, you can choose 2 to 3 servings each week of salmon, sardines, or mackerel. If fish is difficult to include, a supplement providing 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams of EPA and DHA may help. Gentle cooking methods such as baking or steaming preserve the oils. Frank, age 68, used to avoid fishing trips with his grandson because fatigue slowed him down. After adding salmon to his plate twice a week, he noticed his energy returning. Within weeks, he was back on the boat, smiling and stronger. Take a breath and imagine what it feels like when the quiet fires in your body cool down. And here is the part many people do not expect. the simple egg, often avoided, can actually switch on your body's muscle-building system. 3. Eggs. For years, many older adults pushed eggs aside, fearing cholesterol. Yet, after 60, eggs can become powerful allies. They provide complete protein with all the essential amino acids your muscles need. Inside your body, protein from eggs triggers the mTOR pathway, often called the master switch for muscle building. This pathway becomes sluggish with age, but eggs can help flip it back on. Choline in the yolk also fuels neurotransmitters, giving the brain more spark for memory and focus. A 2017 study in the Nutrition Journal followed women with an average age of 73.6. Those who added 20 grams of egg protein daily improved their hand grip strength significantly in just 6 months. Another trial in Frontiers in Nutrition showed that seniors who consumed 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight maintained more lean muscle than those eating the standard 0.8 grams. For everyday practice, aim for 1 or 2 whole eggs each morning. Cooking them not only makes them tasty, but also increases protein digestibility from 50% to more than 90%. Pairing eggs with leafy greens or vegetables turns breakfast into a nutrient-rich start to the day. Rosa, age 70, once avoided eggs because of what she had heard about cholesterol. With guidance, she reintroduced them into her diet. To her surprise, she noticed her arms felt steadier carrying groceries, and she no longer struggled to open jars. Pause here and reflect. What if something as familiar as an egg could restore strength to your hands and energy to your mornings? And the next food may be even more surprising, because tiny handfuls of nuts act like oil for the body's aging machinery. 4. Nuts and seeds. Almonds, walnuts. Picture your body as a collection of tiny machines, each with gears that turn slower as the years pass. Nuts and seeds provide the oil that keeps those gears moving. Magnesium inside almonds and walnuts supports over 300 enzyme reactions, keeping cellular engines well lubricated. Walnuts also provide alpha-linolenic acid, a plant omega-3 that converts into anti-inflammatory compounds. Arginine, another nutrient found in nuts, helps blood vessels relax by producing nitric oxide, easing the stiffness that often appears after 60. The Hypertension Journal, 2019, studied 236 older adults and found that a walnut-rich diet lowered systolic blood pressure by 4.61 millimeters of mercury, compared to only 0.59 in the control group. Another large review published in PMC showed that seniors who ate nuts regularly had a 30% lower risk of cardiovascular death. In practice, a single ounce is enough. That equals about 23 almonds or 14 walnut halves, enjoyed as a mid-afternoon snack. Raw or dry roasted without added salt works best. Some seniors soak nuts overnight to improve digestibility, especially if they have sensitive digestion. George, age 74, kept a small jar of almonds in his living room chair. At first, it was just a way to avoid reaching for cookies, but over time, he noticed fewer energy crashes and less tension in his chest after climbing stairs. Pause for a second and ask yourself, could something as simple as a handful of nuts quietly extend your independence? And here comes the unexpected twist. The next food cushions your arteries and feeds your gut at the same time. 5. Avocados. Think of your arteries as garden hoses. Over time, pressure builds, the walls stiffen, and the flow is not as smooth. Avocados act like soft padding around those hoses, easing pressure while feeding your body with protective fats. The monounsaturated oils inside improve insulin sensitivity, helping aging cells hear insulin signal more clearly. Each avocado also delivers almost 1 gram of potassium for healthy nerve and muscle function, plus 13 grams of fiber that feed friendly gut bacteria, the body's quiet defenders. A 2020 meta-analysis of 7 clinical trials showed that eating avocado reduced LDL cholesterol by 10 to 15% and improved HDL levels. In another study in Hispanic and Latino, adults with type 2 diabetes found that regular avocado consumption lowered HbA1c and fasting blood sugar. These results mean that even a simple daily slice can support both heart and metabolism. For daily life, half to one avocado is enough. Enjoy it raw, spread on whole grain crackers, or sliced into salads. Because of its healthy fat, avocado increases the absorption of other nutrients by 3 to 5 times, especially carotenoids in vegetables. Linda, age 66, replaced her morning toast spread with half an avocado. Within weeks, her blood sugar readings evened out, and she felt fuller for longer. Her doctor noticed improved cholesterol numbers at her next checkup. Pause here. Imagine feeling steady energy without the sugar crash while protecting your heart and your gut. And the story gets even better. The oil you drizzle on your salad may act like a gentle shield for your arteries. 6. Olive oil. Imagine your cells as doors with hinges. With age, those hinges rust and movement becomes harder. Olive oil works like a gentle drop of oil on each hinge, restoring smoothness and protecting the frame. Its monounsaturated fats keep cell membranes flexible, while polyphenols like oleuropein quiet genes that drive inflammation. Antioxidants in extra virgin olive oil also protect cholesterol from turning rancid, which otherwise damages arteries. In the Mediterranean Diet Trial, 2018, seniors at high cardiovascular risk who used extra virgin olive oil showed lower levels of inflammatory markers such as IL-6 and IL-8. Another review found that just 25 milliliters daily slowed the progression of artery hardening. These changes may feel small, but together they keep circulation flowing like a calm river rather than a clogged stream. For practice, aim for 2 to 4 tablespoons each day. Use it as a dressing on vegetables, drizzle over cooked fish, or replace butter on bread. Store in a dark glass bottle to protect its delicate compounds. Carlo, age 71, decided to swap his usual butter for olive oil at dinner. Within a few months, he noticed less stiffness in his joints and steadier energy through the evening. His doctor later confirmed a small but meaningful drop in blood pressure. Pause and think of this. Every spoonful of olive oil is not just flavor. It is a coat of protection for your cells. And the next vegetable family carries a hidden switch that activates your body's own antioxidant defense system. 7. Non-starchy vegetables, broccoli, cauliflower. Picture a security system in your home. It senses danger, triggers alarms, and sends guards to protect you. Non-starchy vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower flip on a similar system inside the body. Their compound sulforaphane activates the NRF2 pathway, often called the master switch for antioxidant defenses. With age, this switch grows quiet, leaving cells exposed. Broccoli wakes it up, telling the body to defend itself against stress, toxins, and silent inflammation. The N-Chain study of more than 24,000 adults showed that higher intake of dark green vegetables reduced the risk of metabolic syndrome by 23%. A review of sulforaphane confirmed that it reduced neuroinflammation, improved detoxification, and even extended cellular lifespan in aging models. These effects matter because metabolic changes after 60 often show up first as fatigue, brain fog, or rising blood pressure. For practical use, 2 to 3 cups each day of lightly steamed or raw broccoli, cauliflower, or similar vegetables work best. Steaming keeps sulforaphane active while making the vegetables easier to digest. Pair them with olive oil or avocado to multiply nutrient absorption. Henry, age 69, started serving broccoli with his evening meal 3 times a week. He told me his blood sugar numbers on his home meter grew more stable, and his wife noticed he seemed more alert after dinner. pause and reflect. Could one cup of broccoli tonight protect your memory tomorrow? And yet, the final food in this list might surprise you most because it is often seen as a guilty pleasure, but research shows it may actually strengthen bones and muscles. 8. Cheese, aged hard varieties. For many seniors, cheese feels like an indulgence. Yet, certain aged cheeses can serve as building blocks for strength and stability. Think of your bones as concrete reinforced with rebar. Calcium and phosphorus from cheese form the concrete, while vitamin K2 acts like the construction manager, guiding calcium into bones and keeping it out of arteries. The high-quality protein also fuels muscle synthesis, which slows after 60. A clinical trial in women aged 60 to 80 showed that eating just under 70 grams of golden cheese daily for 90 days increased both muscle strength and lean mass. Another study published in the BMJ found that older adults with higher dairy intake had 33% fewer overall fractures and 46% fewer hip fractures. In daily life, 1 to 2 ounces of aged cheese, such as Parmesan or Gouda, is a safe and nourishing portion. Because aged varieties are naturally low in lactose, they are often easier for seniors to digest. Sprinkle grated cheese over vegetables, slice it with apples, or enjoy a small piece with dinner. Mary, age 73, began adding a little Parmesan to her lunchtime salad. Within a few months, she felt steadier climbing stairs, and she no longer worried as much about falling when carrying laundry. Her story reflects what many studies confirm: cheese, in moderation, supports both muscle and bone. Pause here and imagine feeling stronger in your step simply by savoring a food you already enjoy. Now, as we bring these 8 foods together, let us reflect on what they mean for living fully in the years ahead. We have traveled through 8 simple foods that carry no burden of sugar or starch, yet they quietly repair, protect, and restore. Leafy greens that ease blood vessels, fish that cool the fires of inflammation, eggs that wake up muscle, nuts that steady the heart, avocados that cushion arteries, olive oil that shields cells, cruciferous vegetables that activate hidden defense switches, and cheese that strengthens bone. Pause for a breath. Imagine your body not as something wearing down, but as a garden that can still be nourished. Each meal becomes a chance to feel lighter, stronger, and more present for the people who matter most. I invite you to share below. Which of these foods already lives in your kitchen, and which one will you add next? Your answer may encourage another senior who needs this hope. If this message resonates, you are welcome in our community. And if you found value here, consider subscribing. Tomorrow we explore a companion video on the morning drinks that heal joints after 60. This is not medical advice, only knowledge to take with you to your next doctor's visit. Your story is still unfolding. Whisper it to yourself tonight. You are not done yet.